Hello YouTube, CivilianSnowman here, and today I'm bringing you a new DVD and Blu Ray update. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these, a few weeks at least, and I've had quite a few requests on YouTube for me to do another one, and I've bought quite a bit recently, so I thought I'd put this video together. But before I get into the update, there are a couple of things I do want to mention. The first of which is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but ads will have started appearing over my video and stuff because I'm now a YouTube partner, which is fantastic. I've been a YouTube partner now for a couple of months, I think. I haven't really had time to put a video together, you know, like about it, but I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who watches, you know, comments on my videos, subscribes and all that. If it wasn't for you guys out there, I wouldn't have become a YouTube partner, so I am very grateful that you guys have made it possible for me to do that. And it was quite a peculiar way that I became a partner. YouTube actually wrote to me about one of my videos saying, you know, it's really popular, can we put ads on it? So I said yes or whatever, and then that application kind of went through. They started putting ads on that video, and then I thought, why not just apply for the full thing? So I did, and I got it. So that was incredible. So again, thank you to everybody who has supported my channel. I've been on YouTube now for just over 2 years, and I'm forever grateful to everybody who has supported my channel in that time, so thank you. Another thing is, I'm trying to think about different like videos to do, and I think I'm going to start doing like a fitness video. Now when I say that, I don't mean like exercising in front of a camera or anything like that, but in recent months I've started really kind of hitting it on the head in terms of going to the gym and getting fit and healthy. Now since in the last year, so since this time last year, I've lost almost 3 stone. I used to be almost 18 stone, which is incredibly heavy and overweight and unhealthy. I would stand on one of the BMI machines that measures your height and weight and stuff, and rather than tell me my weight, it would just dial an ambulance. You know, that's how bad it was. So I've really made a conscious effort to try and get into shape. Like I say, I've lost nearly 3 stone and counting. So you know, I'm looking to get down to about 13 stone. So hopefully that'll be doable. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I thought about making videos like tracking progress and stuff and showing people that it is possible to do, because I was that person when I was completely overweight who was sat there like, I could go to the gym, I could try and get healthy, but I'd much rather sit here, eat a Mars bar and watch TV. But that's changed now. I'm going to the gym very regularly, and it's paying off. So I thought about tracking my progress that way, maybe like doing, you know, weekly or fortnightly weigh-ins and stuff like that. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, comment and let's see what you'd think. Sorry, I'm doing that thing where people fucking ramble on at the beginning of a video, and we're nearly 4 minutes in and I haven't talked about the update yet. So anyway, those are just a couple of ideas. Now I'm going to show you what I've bought recently. There's a lot of stuff that I've bought that I'm not going to show in this video because I am going to put a series of videos together, like a little project or something to do about those films in particular. More all will be revealed when I get that up. But for now, let's move on to this update. So starting with the DVDs, I've actually bought quite a few box sets of a particular television series. One that I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. My grandma used to record it for me, which actually, looking back on it, was probably highly inappropriate, but I've decided, because I don't want to say outgrew it, but I just became distant from it and stopped watching, so I decided to get back into that. Bought the first box set, watched it, fell in love all over again, so I actually bought the first 6. Now the show I'm talking about is South Park, a show that, like I say, I just kind of grew away from and have rediscovered recently. So there's Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, which I've just started watching, Series 5, and Series 6. I justified buying these because I got a bonus at work or whatever, so I was like, belter, South Park, you know, but whatever. But yeah, South Park, getting back into it, absolutely in love with the show, and can't believe that I haven't watched it in so many years, so that's South Park. I also picked up some other DVDs, the first of which is a box set that my gran bought me, because it's a director's collection, a director who I haven't really watched any of his stuff at all, and she really likes him, so she bought me this box set, and that is the Mike Leigh box set. This was about £40 on Amazon. I think it was £41 something. A terrific box set though. I mean, it comes with a stack load of films. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 films by Mike Leigh. Apparently a great director, and like I said, I just haven't had the opportunity to see any of his films, so there's that box set. Good value for money in my opinion. Works out at, what, about £4 a film, so it's all good. I also raided the bargain bins at Asda. Now these films were all either £2 or £3 each, and I've collected them over the course of a few weeks. So have I actually watched any of these? Yes, the first one I watched, sat down and watched. It was okay, not brilliant, seen better, but that's The Soloist with Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx, basically about a journalist who befriends an autistic musician played by Jamie Foxx. And it's the tale of their friendship developing, and it's about how music can, you know, influence life and all this. It was good. The performances in it were great, but the film itself was a bit hit and miss for me. Very kind of average, but yeah, I'd recommend it. I mean, this cost me £2, so I'd recommend picking it up just out of curiosity. Now, the rest of them, I haven't watched any of these yet, but we've got The Constant Gardner, Charlie Wilson's War, which I bought because it's written by Aaron Sorkin, and I absolutely love his script for The Social Network. So glad he won the Best Adapted Screenplay Oscar, but yeah, I mean, it was a shoo-in. That script for The Social Network is absolutely fantastic, so I really wanted to see Charlie Wilson's War. Born on the 4th of July, the Oliver Stone movie, and Lust Caution by Ang Lee, the guy who did Hulk and Brokeback Mountain. I actually have a lot of time for Hulk, and Brokeback Mountain is a fantastic film, so this, I thought I'd give it a chance, and again, it was £3 in the Asda bargain bin, so why not? Okay, now on to the Blu-rays that I've bought recently, the first of which is the latest David Fincher film, The Social Network, which has rapidly become my favourite film of 2010, and don't worry, that video, Top 10 Films of Last Year, is on its way. It's just because of the stupid English release dates, I've had to wait this long to see all the films I wanted to see before I could put the list together, but the list is together now, and I'll put the video up shortly. But yeah, The Social Network, it was between this or Inception, but I can watch this more often than I can watch Inception. I absolutely love The Social Network. Greg Arganda, the fellow YouTuber, and I reviewed The Social Network on his channel when I visited him in California. We went to see it together in Concord. That was an amazing time. I'll link that video actually down below. Go check out our review, but yeah, The Social Network, absolutely love, modern masterpiece. And speaking of fellow YouTubers, I actually had a good friend, Invid Ninja from YouTube, Ollie, came to stay for a few days. And with him, he actually bought me a couple of Blu-rays to kind of say thank you for putting them up for a week. And that is, first of all, Darren Aronofsky's The Fountain, a very underrated film, because I mean, I love Darren Aronofsky, he's one of my favourite directors, but The Fountain is a fantastic film, and I bet it looks gorgeous on Blu-ray, because it's got a very distinct visual style to it, so that's The Fountain. He also picked me up Bong Joon-ho's latest film, Mother. Bong Joon-ho, I absolutely love his other films. Memories of Murder is one of my favourite films. I think it's like number 15 on my list. And also he did The Host, the monster movie, which I thought was a really kind of cool, modern, unique twist on the monster movie genre. Mother, I literally know nothing about. I haven't read the blurb. I don't want to know anything about it because I want to go in completely fresh. So that's Mother, and Ollie, thanks very much for these two Blu-rays. I really appreciate it. It's absolutely fantastic of you to buy them, so thanks very much. Now, while Ollie and I were going around Lancaster, we went into HMV. They had a 2 for 20 deal on some Blu-rays, and I picked up this one, which I've never seen but was recommended to me by Do Not Take It Seriously and Sgt. Pepper 1138. Those are obviously Chris and Heather, who I stayed with in America. Hi guys, how's it going? They recommended to me that I watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and this was in the 2 for 20 deal in HMV, so I've never seen it, can't really pass judgment on it, but I'm looking forward to watching it based on their recommendation. With that though, I had to pick another film to get the deal, and I picked up a film that I really do love and I have a special place for, kind of thing, and that is Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. Now, I am a big fan of Shakespeare. I've read a lot of Shakespeare, not just at school, but you know, outside of school in the real world. I do like Shakespeare. A lot of what I write is influenced by Shakespeare, and the stories he told. Romeo and Juliet is one of my favourite of his plays. And this film adaptation is the best I've seen. I absolutely love it. Just basically transporting the text, Shakespeare's text, into a modern day setting of Verona Beach. I love it, and it really is Shakespeare for Tarantino generation, which is what Total Film called it. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely love this film. So that's Romeo and Juliet. I also, on payday, was a bit impulsive and bought a few films. The first of which is the Ryan Reynolds film, Buried, which I haven't seen yet, and I could not believe, but one of my friends was watching it and they were posting on Facebook, I'm now watching Buried or whatever, and I commented on that thing saying, oh, let me know if it's any good. And then their friend commented on it, giving away the ending. And because I'd already commented on their status, I got the notification and saw it, so I know how it ends. And I was so pissed off, like, I really was. I hate it when people ruin films, but even knowing how it ends, I just wanted to see it anyway, so I picked that up. It was only £9 in Asda, so that's Buried. And at the same time, I picked up Paranormal Activity 2. I saw this in the cinema. I don't remember if I reviewed it for YouTube or not. It's basically much of the same as the first one, just on a larger scale. Rather than the camera being confined to one room at night, there's a set of security cameras. I don't want to go into the narrative and ruin it, but it's basically a haunted house thriller in the style of Paranormal Activity 1. A good film, actually. Features probably the best jump scare that I've seen in the last, like, 10 years. But it's not as good as the first one. It's not as effective as the first one for me. The first one, I think, is the most terrifying film I've ever seen in my life. More so than The Exorcist. Yes, that's controversial. Live with it. I love Paranormal Activity 1. Paranormal Activity 2... it's not as good. It is definitely a good watch. I'd recommend watching it at home, you know, with the lights off or whatever. It's an effective little horror film, so there that is. And I also picked up Todd Phillips' latest film, Due Date. One that I never had the opportunity to see when it was in cinemas. It's his follow-up to the Hangover, and I must say I actually preferred this to the Hangover. I thought Due Date was actually fantastic. It's a road movie. Basically, Robert Downey Jr.'s character has to get home to his pregnant wife who's about to give birth, and he's accompanied by an actor played by Zach Galifianakis, and it's basically like a modern-day Planes, Trains and Automobiles. And now comparing it to that film is what my problem with Due Date is. I think it's fantastic. It is a hilarious road movie, but it doesn't have the John Hughes kind of emotional climax, which is what I was yearning for throughout the film. But other than that, it is a really good watch, and I highly recommend Due Date. Then I also picked up a couple of films, a couple of like old favourites of mine that have, they were on Blu Ray and they came down to about £6 each on Amazon. So I thought I'll pick those up while they're that cheap. The first of which is David Fincher's The Game, a film that I think is absolutely fantastic and very underrated. Not many people have seen this. You know, when people talk about David Fincher, they always talk about Seven, Fight Club, or now The Social Network. The Game tends to get overlooked. This was between Seven and Fight Club, starring Michael Douglas, basically getting brought into like a real life experience type game where this company starts messing with his life. It is a fantastic film, a great thriller. It looks beautiful. It was shot on film, which is, I think David Fincher's films, the way he shoots, suits, celluloid, it is a beautiful film to look at. The upgrade is, it's better than the DVD, but you know, I wouldn't pay more than £6 to upgrade it, so that's The Game. And at the same time, I ordered another just brilliant movie on Blu Ray. But the reason to upgrade this wasn't just the picture, but that's Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights. This is apparently like the uncut version, because the DVD that we get, not only is it a bad picture, but it's also got little bits missing, and some music choices are changed or whatever. But this is like the proper version of the film, which I've never seen. I love Boogie Nights, but I've never seen this version. So I'm very much looking forward to watching that again, because it is a brilliant movie. So that's Boogie Nights. That's pretty much it for this update. So as I said at the beginning, you know, thank you to everybody who's helped me become a partner. I'm so grateful. I really appreciate it. And as for videos coming up, I've got a video project coming up, which is why I haven't showed just quite everything I've bought. Yeah, that's coming up. And also, you know, I was thinking about doing the weight loss videos and stuff. Just let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, because there's no point doing it if there's not an audience for it. Oh, and one other thing I did buy, actually, check this out. I got this t-shirt, it's a Jaws t-shirt, Quint's Shark Fishing, Amity Island. Now, I bought that from a website called Last Exit to Nowhere, which do really cool, geeky film t-shirts. Jaws is one of my favourite films. It's actually my second favourite film of all time, just behind Terminator 2. Absolutely love Jaws. Saw this t-shirt on the website, thought I have to have it, so yeah, that's all good. Anyway, as I say, please just, you know, let me know what you think about the weight loss videos in the comments. Thanks to everybody who watches this video, rates, comments, subscribes. You're all excellent, and I'll see you next time.